Tired of the content that you're shooting looking bland and boring like this? Turn it into something cinematic with just one light. Or if your budget allows it, using 2 or even 3 different lights in order for you to create amazing, beautiful, cinematic content that you'll love to show to the world. Before we begin, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is, what is cinematic? It's not these little black bars that you see at the bottom of this video here. No, and take those away. Those black bars alone will make your content cinematic. Obviously, the aspect ratio is one thing, frame rate's another thing too as well, but at the end of the day, it's how you make the person feel. And how you can make someone feel a certain way often has to do with the lighting, how you light yourself, your subject, or whatever it is that you're shooting with your camera. How you shape the light at your disposal can create a feeling of emotion and make that cinematic on its own. So whether you're shooting outside in direct sunlight and using different ways in order for you to shape the light, remove light, or whether you're shooting indoors using 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4 different light sources. So to begin, let me go ahead and show you how I use just one light in order for me to shoot product videos. I have this light and all the other lights that I'm using in this video linked down in the description down below, so if you're wondering how you can get your hands on those budget options. One of the cool things about this light, when I bought it as a kit, it came with this awesome light dome. What this light dome does when using it properly is it actually softens the light that's being shot out of this cob LED light. This light alone can give you that cinematic feel that you're looking for, that dark tone that you might be looking for, especially when shooting product videos. Another really cool thing that you can do with just one light is using something reflective to reflect some of that light. In this case, I actually used a white poster board that I picked up from my local Walgreens, and you can actually use this to reflect light, bounce it. So now if you're actually looking to shoot something more in the talking head space, or maybe even an interview, and you're looking to get a cinematic look with just one light, doing the same method that I showed you with the computer, you can now do on a person or an individual. So in this case, I have the light pointed 45 degrees to the left of me, and it's also tilted downwards at about a 45-degree angle as well. This gives that nice bright look on the side of my face here, but also leaving it a little bit dark. Obviously in this final shot that I'm showing you here right now, I'm actually using 2 different lights, but in this case, if I'm just using one light, even just this light source alone adds that cinematic, maybe dark look that you're looking for. Obviously the TV behind me running a loop is also giving it a certain look and feel that I was actually looking for. And obviously I also have a practical light back there that I'm using to also give that homey vibe that I'm going for. So if you're just using one light in the scenario like this, you can also use a bounce and attach it to something to bounce the light off that's being reflected to the side of you. If this is the type of look you're going for, you can obviously leave it like this, or brighten up your light, get it to the max setting that you're looking at, or the brightness that you're looking at, in order for you to get the proper exposure and maybe even a color grade in post-production. And if for whatever reason you can't afford this budget cob light, you'd be surprised with these little LED lights that I'm actually using right here that I've talked about in a previous video on my channel. Even just one of these lights can possibly give you that cinematic look that you're looking for. You can use this one light to really give that unveiling look as you're showcasing a product. And if you're looking to use 2 different lights to give a really cool effect when you're shooting talking head or interview content like this, you can actually use these small little LED lights in order for you to give the feeling of a practical light like the one that's back there, and almost make it look like it's right next to me. That practical light's like 8 feet away from me, where in reality, this is actually the light source that's making it look like it's right next to me and the light's just bouncing off. And now for those of you who actually have a television at their disposal, something in the range of 65, maybe even 80 inches, depending on what you have available, you can actually use a TV, in this case this 4K TV right behind me, to give that look and feel that you're going for. And this is also something really cool that you can do even if you're doing a different type of talking head video. So in this example that I shot, I'm actually right in front of the television. And in this scenario, just using one light can even be enough, as well as using that bounce method I talked about earlier. And when it comes to product videos as well, using this same method can often give a really cool look and feel. So in this case, when I shot the B-roll for the computer, I went ahead and played like a tech background using just one light and the bounce. And if your budget allows it, having 3 lights will actually add a lot more value to the shots that you're creating. So in this case, in this final shot that you see me right here, I'm actually using 3 lights in total. My GVM cob LED light with the light dome, my small rig light right here to my right hand side that's matching that same light back there. I also have another small rig light It's right down here in the bottom left-hand corner that you don't see. And finally, if you're looking to give your content that extra bump in production value, this is where the post-production workflow is going to be key and necessary. If you've been editing content, whether you use DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, or even Final Cut, and you don't know how to even color grade just a little bit, I highly recommend you look at some free content even here on YouTube that shows you how to color grade. I'm definitely no expert when it comes to color grading. There's so much more I need to learn, especially in DaVinci Resolve, which by the way is a free non-linear editor and color grading, color correcting program that you can download. I'll leave a link down at the bottom in the description down below for that as well. It's super easy to understand and learn, and you can get started with learning how to color grade for free. Remember that at the end of the day, all the gear and equipment isn't going to change how good your content's going to be to your audience. I'm still taking the time to learn more and educating myself in different programs and different ways to edit and create content in order for me to show you how you can create content with whatever means necessary.